Mike Bond of USA Today Sports and MMA Junkie here in Belfast for UFC Fight Night 99, standing next to Magnus Cedenblad, who fights, of course, Saturday night. Magnus, last time I saw you was in Rotterdam, and before the fight, you said you were disgusted and sickened by some of your previous performances. You go in there, you get a second round TKO. What did you think of that performance? Was that kind of a little more up to your expectations?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's my best fight in the UFC, and I think that was close to what I can perform when I perform at the level I know I can perform at. So that was a good beginning.
Yeah, and why did you feel that you performed so well compared to other things? Was it just the training camp, being able to come back from that time off? What would you feel it was?
There was a lot of different stuff, like say training camp before, switch training camp, and I also different perspective of life and fighting. I think I just went in and yeah, I found the flow.
Yeah, and it's four in a row, and I know you said afterwards that this is the beginning of big things for you. What do you really mean by that? I mean, were you expecting just bigger matchups? What was really at the beginning of in your mind?
Yeah, I think it was the beginning of me as continue going to the top. It was if I could nail it, if I could do what I'm capable of, then I know I'm going to be like a top five in the UFC. And I think that was the beginning of that, of my journey. I continue to develop it every day, and I'm just getting better and better. And I'm so much better than that fight now. So I'm looking forward to Saturday and go in and perform and show what I can do.
Yeah, and if you look at really your division, all the other guys who are on similar winning streaks to you, they're getting top 10 fights, being matched against similar opponents in that bracket. What was your reaction when they offered you Jack Marshman, a guy who's never fought in the UFC before?
No, I commentated Jack Marksman when he fought in Cage Wars. I think he's a really good fighter, so I think he's really interesting to watch. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I think it's a good matchup as well. I look forward to it. So yeah, of course I wanted a bigger fight, but yeah.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, Cage Warriors champion. I think he's more well known in this part of the world, but not so much maybe in North America to those kind of fans. So, what for maybe people who don't really know him that well, what makes him an interesting challenge for you? What makes him a good opponent?
I think he has a really good boxing, and he's a good pressure fighter. And he really let loose. When he punches, not like 1-2. He's more like 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, as you said, he's been dominating Cage Wars. He's 25. He has more fights than me. He's more wins than me. So I look forward to it. It's a big challenge, and sometimes I think like names are a little overrated. It's some of these guys, he's come from Cage Warriors. He has like six in a row, I think, and he's a dangerous fighter. So I look forward to it.
Yeah, but assuming you get a win here, five in a row, I mean, five wins in the octagon are very hard to get. Would you expect that top 15, top 10 opponent, someone who's actually been in the UFC a lot longer, more established?
I think if I win this fight, I really deserve like a top 15, top 10, because I feel like I beat five in a row, and I think in my last fight I show where my skills at, and I think I dominated the fight. And if I can dominate this and win in the same way, finish, I have five straight, I have four finishes, so I think I deserve a top 10. I would definitely want one to.